We have all their bums and Alea. We
All
are
the
live.
bums and Alea.
Leia.
We're live with all the bums and Alea. Oh.
Leia. This is Leia.
Sweetheart. Hey. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh. Hold on 1 second here. Let us plug in the mic. Hello everybody, can you hear us all right?
Hello, hello. You want to come say hi too? You can do that. I know, Mama. I know. Oh. Why? 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 We good now, by the way?
Yeah.
As I'm getting attacked by Leia? So this is not Ferguson, who we were looking for. Ferguson wandered away, and then Leia's being needy. And hello, I'm Lauren. I hope everyone is doing lovely on this nice, cool Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Right, Kaden? Tuesday?
It is indeed Tuesday. And Ferguson, by the way, he is in the frame.
Oh, he is good.
He's the butt in the far back right.
Behind
tail.
Edith.
Behind Edith, the goat who has the brown head.
Yep. So we'll catch his attention in a little bit. He did come running over to say hello, and then he was like, actually, you know what, it's snack time. So, oh, why? Why is he like that? You want to go inspect the camera? Go inspect the camera. Alright, well, I'm sure by now we have our, we got folks in here, so hello to the regulars. Maybe hello to my grandparents. And hello to anyone who is new here. Thank you so much for joining us here at Catskill Animal Sanctuary. If you're not familiar with us, we are a farmed animal rescue for goats and sheep, like my boy over there, and chickens and pigs and cows and horses and ducks and turkeys and geese and sometimes donkeys and occasionally rabbits. And I think that's everybody. So yeah, and if you're interested in some of those other animals, you can always check out our video archive of our live videos. And today we are hanging out in this field in particular. We haven't checked in with these guys for a little bit. But also because we wanted to check in with our dear Ferguson, who maybe, should we go try to bring him back?
We probably should, since this is supposed to be the Ferguson show today.
Not that he doesn't have a cute butt.
I mean, he does.
Yeah, it's butt.
It's just that
Also,
Leia likes to steal the...
Yeah. And also Libby's doing the funny face thing, that's it.
Libby was doing the Flemin response. We couldn't catch it on camera, and now she's just the butt walking away here.
I think we posted a picture of Edith doing that on our Instagram and social media stuff yesterday, so if you want to see goats making a weird face, you can look at that. So, shall we, go retrieve our little bud?
Yes, are we retrieving him, or are we going over to him?
How about both?
Okay.
You come a little bit this way, and then I'll catch his interest. Be right back. Oh, here you are. Oh,
Leia, why are things not always about you?
Let's work it out. Come on, little bud.
They should be.
That didn't take very much work at all. Hi, sweetie.
Okay, but Leia.
Leia, my love, this is not... Just give her a little nudge. Hi, bud. He's a good boy. Hello. Hello.
That's
now
good.
we got a good view of our boy now. Or he wants to check out the camera.
Where you going, Fergalurg?
Oh, now he doesn't want to hang out.
And...
I'm hungry right now. I don't know. How come no one wants to hang out with me anymore, Kaden?
You know, so much social distancing, we no longer need in-person affection.
Oh. Anyway, do we want to move the camera a little bit closer and then we can at least see him a little bit better? And then we'll talk about why specifically we came to check on our bud. Hi, would you like... Clovers are nice. Do you want to eat these? He's a good boy. Here. Come on. Good boy. There we go. How's that?
He's
Other than that, I'm in the way now. Can't win. You big boy.
Oh. He is
All right.
insistent on walking the other way, apparently.
That's okay. He's hungry. And honestly, I find something very soothing about, like, watching the sheep eat. You know? Kind of munching away. Little lawnmowers. So, yeah, well, hopefully he'll come and hang out with us a little bit more. But for now, we'll just let him eat. And as to why we came over here specifically for our little guy, Ferg, is you might have heard through our social media, we just put out the news this morning that his mother passed away the other day. His mother, Cleo. And so we know that people are, wondering how our little boy is doing. So we thought we would pop over here so you could see him. He can get some attention that he apparently doesn't want right now. And, we can give you a little update on how all of that is going. So, I can tell you this, our little Ferguson has been getting a lot of extra love lately, and maybe some cookies, maybe some extra cookies. Don't tell healthcare that I gave him some extra cookies, okay, Caden?
Okay.
That'll be our little secret. No one else is gonna know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So yeah, the story of Ferguson. This was almost 4 years ago when our little guy came to us, and he was still inside of his mother at the time, because, as you know, as an animal sanctuary, we don't breed the animals here, for a number of reasons. With a big one being, also Nellie's coming. Hi, Nell. Hey, beautiful. A big reason why we don't breed the animals here being that okay, bye, Nellie.
Totally bypassed.
Alright. But yes, if we're breeding the animals here and making more of them, then we can't rescue ones that need help because we would just have so many. So, it's not super common when we have little ones born here, but since Cleo was pregnant when she was rescued, then, she's gonna give birth to her little ones. And Cleo was part of the Westport rescue, if you remember that from a couple years ago, of just this horrible nightmare condition, and just over 1,000 animals at this one farm in Westport, Massachusetts, who, you see on the news sometimes these places where the animals are just sick and starving, and many of them may be dead already, and they're just left, and just awful, awful stuff. And dear Cleo came from there with 4 other sheep, Stuart, Laverne, Lena, and Bertha, who we've seen on some of our other programs. So I'm just going. And yeah, so it was 1 boy and 4 girls. All 4 of the girls pregnant, which is how they turned into 10 sheep, because Bertha had twins. And so Cleo, she was actually the first one to give birth. Ferguson barely snuck in 2016. His birthday is December 31st, 2016, so he is coming up on his 4th birthday. When Cleo went into labor, she was having a lot of problems. And I mean, keep in mind, the type of place that she came from, just like 2 months before, she had a lot of health conditions, health issues when she came to us, and then being pregnant on top of that, and trying to give birth on top of that. And when she was rushed to the vet, it was found that she was actually carrying twins. And the twins, they were all kind of tangled up inside, and she just couldn't get them out. So the vet was able to help her out, and sadly, the first little one that she helped Cleo get out of her was stillborn. So that one didn't survive. And then the second one came out, and it seemed as though that one was not alive either. And for poor Cleo to have in her life, you know, and again, we don't know all the details of her life before she came to us. She didn't tell us. So, but you know, we can make some guesses based on the way that animals are like her are generally treated on farms. And she was probably repeatedly impregnated, gave birth, and then had her little ones taken away. So she never really got to, you know, be a mom to them. And she was going to. That was the thing. It was like, you're going to get to keep your babies this time, Cleo. And when it seemed as though both of them didn't survive, it was heartbreaking. But then the vet noticed, wait a second, no, the second one, he is alive, he's alive. And they, like, revived him, and there he is, over there now. So he's wandering over that way, and still ignoring me. So yeah, so one of, you know, it's very sad that, you know, his twin didn't make it, but that Cleo was able to successfully bring forth this little one into the world. And as our animal care, our head of animal care says, Kelly, she says that she and Cleo talked it over and decided to name the little one Ferguson after Dr. Ferguson, who is the one who helped to bring him into the world here. So we love Dr. Ferguson. We love Sheep Ferguson, who, as far as I know, has not gone to vet school. No.
He's quietly working on night classes. Night classes.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's why there's like half-eaten books in this field sometimes. That makes sense now. Makes sense. Do we have any like questions or anything anyone's been checking in about?
We are we are mostly getting comments about Ferguson just saying that people are so sad for the loss of Cleo and how sweet Ferg is.
Yeah.
We did get one question about how the sanctuary is in California, from, I think, forgive me if I say this wrong, Mike. And if we're working with animals from there, we are distinct from any other farmed animal sanctuaries. So I'm not sure which specific sanctuary in California you're referring to right now. There are a couple of farmed animal sanctuaries that are being, impacted by evacuation plans for fires right now. We are not taking in any animals from California sanctuaries, although we certainly are wishing the best and as much safety as possible for all of our peers out there.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. So we want to try to get him closer again.
Yes, we may want to try and fetch the Fergalurg.
Okay, how about this? He will sometimes run and chase me, so this is going to either go really well, that he's going to run and chase me, or you're just going to watch me running around like a weirdo. So either way, everybody wins, right? Alright. Ferguson! Just don't want to sneak up directly behind him and freak him out. Hey, buddy! Hey! You want to run? Yay! We want to run? Yay! Come on! Come on, come on, come on! Oh, yay! We're doing it! Yay! Run this way! Run over here! Oh! Are we unsure about the camera?
We're unsure about the running, I believe.
What's that?
I think we might be unsure about the running.
I run great. I have boots on.
I wasn't saying you were running badly, Lauren. I think he was just unsure about it.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
He's pretty sure about the scratches, though.
Yes, we do like the scratches. So, yeah. So Ferguson, in this field that we're in right now, he is the only boy. All the goats who we've seen in the background, who we've met on a number of our other virtual programs, like Leia, like Nellie, Libby, Poppy, a whole bunch of them. I don't know who we can see in the background there, but no, sweetie, there's no treats in my pocket.
Just see Poppy, the white goat, who's most clear on the far right. A little that a tula butt?
That's a tula butt.
Oh, Ferg just covered the little black tula butt.
She's over there.
And then in the brown head in the background on the white body is Edith. And then on the far back left is Nellie. She's behind a log, so she's a little hard to spot. See if you can spot all of them. They're currently visible.
So how did the two sheep, Cleo and Ferguson, and the goats come to share this field? Like, why don't Cleo and Ferguson live with the other sheep from their rescue? Well, if you've checked out some of our previous virtual sanctuary programs and we've been in this particular field, hanging out with some of these guys, then you may remember that everyone who lives in this field has a, okay, bye again. Yeah, okay, we're distracted again. That's okay. He's hungry. Everyone who lives in this field has a chronic condition called CL, which we'll leave it to the people in the comments. Does anyone remember what that means? What does that stand for? Caden, do you know how to pronounce it correctly? I think I do.
I think I do.
Okay. No Googling, people. Janine, talking to you. But yes, so what that is it's a bacterial infection that causes abscesses and things in the goats and sheep. It is transmitted through like open wounds or mucous membranes and stuff like that. So Kate and I are fine sitting here. It can be passed to humans, but only if like you do have open wounds and stuff. And really, it's not too much of a concern right now because these guys are not currently having an outbreak. It's the sort of thing that kind of comes and goes. Like they'll have an outbreak, and then we'll treat it, and it'll go away. And then a long time goes by. Kaden, when was the last time these guys even had an outbreak? I don't actually even remember.
It was a couple of months ago.
A couple months ago? Okay. It might have been, forever ago. But, yeah. So if they're not having an outbreak, it's like, whatever. We do keep them separate because, like I said, it can be passed to other individuals. So that's why this crew is in here. But again, like, they're in good health. Like, don't worry about them. CL, which, did we have any thoughts on what CL stands for?
We did not.
We did not. That's okay. Caseous lymphadenitis. Am I right?
I pronounce it Cassius lymphadenitis.
Cassius. My invertebrate zoology teacher back in college said that if anyone tells you that you're pronouncing scientific names wrong, you just go, okay, and keep saying it your way. So, yes, that was a different Janine. Thanks, Janine.
Jules would like to know if CL can be deadly if not treated.
Deadly if not treated. I don't think so, but Caden?
So, you're not likely to die from CL specifically. Like the goats and the sheep are not likely to have that be the primary cause of death. But certainly if they're battling it, it can weaken their immune response to others.
Yeah, and it can be something that does occur with different health problems. Because, like, if we think about in Cleo's case, again, she came from a situation where, what kind of treatments was she getting? Pretty much none. She had a lot of different health problems. Same with the goats who have been here either since October 2015 themselves, which, their anniversary is actually coming up. Or they were born as a result of that rescue, again, with some of the rescue goats being pregnant. Also from a very similar horrible condition. Like the place that they were at was described as like part graveyard, part trash dump, and just awful kinds of things. Caden, are you going looking for goats? Caden's gonna try to bribe some of our friends to come over. Oh, that did not take very much at all, huh? Caden just jumped up to reach some leaves in the tree that are behind us over there, and we immediately have a whole bunch of friends coming over. They're not
for like 3 leaves.
Well, we have 3 goats, so
Oh,
we can share?
Yeah, apparently only one leaf for you, Leia. We have to share with the
We
others.
have to share.
Here, we'll give Lauren the other 2 leaves.
Okay. Come here. One for you. No, you don't want it? After all that, you don't want it? Libby, do you want it? Okay. Leia's the only one who wants them. Okay. Then more leaves for Leia. Here you go, sweetie. Here you go. No? Okay. Now apparently no one wants them. I'm going to stick them in my pocket in case I need them for more bribes later. Hi, sweetie. So here we have again Leia, Poppy, Libby's in the back. So yes, CL, that's why these guys are separate from in here. And we, in order to kind of keep everything under control, we use various biosecurity measures. Or, Poppy?
Poppy, what do we have to say for ourselves?
What do we think about biosecurity, Poppy? Which, that's just really a fancy way of saying, you know, keeping any bacteria in one place and making sure it doesn't get anywhere else and treating it where we need to. So what kind of things do you think that we do in order to prevent the bacteria that these guys have from getting out to any of the other animals? Because a lot of them are probably things we are pretty familiar with ourselves at this point. Hi, Lib. Hi. Hello. Ooh, no kisses. Okay, she didn't like that. No kisses for Libby. That's okay. So I'll give you a moment to share some thoughts on that. It should be an easy question. Isn't that right? Should be an easy question for all the humans by now, huh? Yeah.
Jules says sanitation.
Yep. Yep. So what we do is we have like a spray that when Caden and I leave this field, we will spray down our hands and our feet and whatever else touched goats, which is a lot of us. Hey, oh, what is it? You're so jumpy today. I'm sorry. Okay. And we'll also spray down the camera that Leia is currently pushing on. So if it kind of wobbles back and forth, that would be because Leia is scratching her head on it. Because, of course, they touched that as well. Any tools and things that come into this field and then are going to go back out to a different part of the sanctuary, clean those off too. Though we do have like a dedicated set of tools, like for cleaning their house, that just stays in here. It just stays in here and it does not go anywhere else. So then we don't have to worry about like cleaning that and stuff if it stays in here. Oh, bless you. So yeah, cleaning things, sanitation, washing hands, very important. Other thoughts?
Veronica says she usually just visits the field at the end of the day so she can hop in her car and go home.
Also a good thought. Yeah. We don't often have visitors brought into this field. Never mind that, you know, right now we aren't really welcoming people to visit the sanctuary, unfortunately. Unless you are staying at the homestead or you are a sponsor of an animal and you set up a visit in advance.
And you know what? I bet Ferg would love some extra visits and love.
Oh, I bet.
He's
over there now.
Getting special staff visits now to keep this guy company in his rough week.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Though also if he chooses to not really want to hang out with us, that's cool too, because he's still way over there munching on some grass and things. So he's still having a good time over there.
But I bet he'd love some sponsors.
I bet he would. Sponsors can bring him treats. I do love treats.
Secret cookies.
Secret cookies. Should have brought some secret cookies, but gets a little challenging when the rest of them realize you have cookies. Because goats. Cool. Other thoughts on how we keep this field over here in quarantine and away from the other goats?
No.
No?
There are no additional thoughts. There is one question.
Okay, go for that.
Of how long goats live.
How long do goats live? Goats and sheep both live into their late teens. So like for example, we have a very, very dear old goat here named Cerberus, who has made a couple appearances on virtual programs. He's kind of shy sometimes. So sometimes he kind of hangs out in the background, but he's really sweet. And he is like 18-ish? 19? He's born in 2002, so, you know.
Certainly up there, yeah.
He's an old man. He's doing okay. But he is certainly an old man. In Cleo's case, like, we don't really know how old she was. I mean, we know she was older, and she did have a number of health issues. Because in her case, you know, it was something very, very sudden that happened with her. So, yeah. We are actually planning on a virtual sanctuary program, like one of these here, specifically to talk about caring for the older animals. So keep an eye out for that in the near future. We do have a lot of old folks here. At the sanctuary, we really do. Because, you know, we give them a long, full life that in a lot of other places they're not going to get that kind of chance. So it's a pleasure to get to see them grow old. But yeah. Any other thoughts on how we stop this spread of infections? Because I can think of one other thing, at least.
There are no other guesses.
Nothing?
What are you thinking of, Lauren?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
You wear a mask?
Along that line. So, obviously, like, I'm not wearing my mask hanging out in here with these guys. Caden has theirs on, though, so... Also, Caden's over there. But not necessarily a mask, but maybe something similar along those lines, for if they are having an active infection outbreak that we maybe want to cover up. It doesn't go on your face, though. Just gonna keep waving my hands around.
We don't have guesses, Lauren.
Really? Should I just keep doing this? It's gloves and other things to, you know, protect us from infection. So if they're having an active outbreak, we will put on, like, gloves and put on little booties and things so we can really make sure that nothing gets, you know, transferred out of here. So personal protective equipment, also very useful. Anything else? Oh, well, and, you know, of course we treat it. When these guys have an outbreak, we do treat them. Caden, do we want to get Leia a little more on the camera if we just shift a little bit?
Leia, what do you think?
You're a good girl. I mean, get Leia's shoulder. Not that her, like, hips aren't very, very cute, but it's a good girl. So yes, of course, we do treat the abscesses and things when they have outbreaks. And then, you know, this is something that wouldn't work for them because they already have the condition. They already have CL. But there is a vaccine for CL. I mean, we are able to manage and just keep these guys all separate so we don't give the vaccine to the other goats. And it, you know, it wouldn't do these guys any good to get the vaccine because they already have the bacteria. So, like, what's the use in that if they already have it? And also there can be, like, some complications and things if, you know, they get the vaccine when they already have the bacteria. So that is also a thing that exists. Puppy, I have leaves.
We have... William says we should stop farming animals. And Jamie says that I would love to do what you guys do for the animals. Leslie had a great point, sure, that there are ways that we can all help animals.
Yes, awesome. Oh my gosh, well, it's so wonderful to hear that from all of you. We are so grateful of people who open their hearts to these wonderful, wonderful beings who we share this world with, right, Poppy? Everyone's ignoring me. I'm sad. But oh well. Yes, we are so grateful for everyone, and for you for joining us, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, that you take time out of your day to check in with the animals and see how they're doing here. And for those of you who, you know, make animal-friendly choices in your life, that if you eat vegan and things like that, we love it. I won't get into my story too much, but I can tell you this, that I eventually ended up being vegan because I visited here before I worked here, obviously. So it is really something to meet these guys on their own terms and, just get to see them being themselves, being little goofballs, being tired, taking naps, eating food. Good place to be. Yes, question.
And Jules wanted to know why some of the goats look like they don't have ears.
Some of them look like they don't have ears. So yes, they're fine. Start that off. There are all sorts of different kinds of goats, like different breeds and all. So they can be, they can have different characteristics. So some types of goats, like Leia, who is now way over there, instead of having, where'd Poppy go? Oh my God, everyone is gone. Everyone is gone.
You just can't win today, Lauren.
I know. I'm sad. Maybe we'll try one more run with Ferguson to get him back over here before we sign off, because we got to be getting pretty close to done time. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So some types of goats just have those little tiny ears. There is the ear holes there, but yeah, their little ear flaps are very small. So that's just the type of goat that they are. Yeah, but good observation, for sure. All right, shall I try to go get Ferguson one more time?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
And while Lauren gets Ferguson, do you want to shout anything that the folks should know?
Me?
Yeah, I want you to multitask.
Haven't we figured out that I have some specific talents? Object permanence, working on it. Multitasking, working on it. Push-ups. Not working on it, I'll be honest. Now, Caden, I'm sure we have cooking classes and stuff coming up. You want to tell the people about that?
We do. So, we are actually getting closer to our next cooking class, which is going to be on September 23rd. Normally, we would be offering in-person cooking classes on a normal year, but we are still closed to the public, and so our cooking classes have moved virtual along with a lot of the other things that we're doing here. And if you want to join, and perhaps haven't been able to because you're not in the area in the past, you can join us and check out. We'll leave a link to sign up for our cooking classes in the comments here. The September 23rd one is going to be on vegan staples. Lauren is having very limited success with the Ferguson attention grabbing.
Alas, I have struck out.
And for what you missed about Cleo, unfortunately, we lost her fairly suddenly. So I see that you just joined. She passed away fairly suddenly last week. And we are very, very heartbroken here.
She's a good girl. She's a good one. She raised a good son.
She did.
She did do a good job raising him. So
she taught him to have his boundaries.
Yes.
He doesn't want to hang out. He doesn't hang out.
No, exactly. She taught him independence, and yeah. I mean, it is kind of interesting. He does act different from the other sheep, probably because he was also raised with goats. So he's got a little bit of a unique background. Oh yeah, but I don't think I finished this thought earlier. As far as is Ferguson going to continue to live in here since he is the only sheep here now? He is the only boy, which I mean he always was the only boy in here. We are in the process of doing some blood work and things to see to help us inform what's going to eventually be the best place for him to live. So he might end up staying with this crew. He might end up with I don't know. He might end up somewhere else, but he will be here with us, and we will keep looking after him for his mama. So yeah. All right, well, we probably got to get signing off, don't we?
We do, indeed.
All right, well, folks, thank you again so much for joining us. It's always wonderful. Wish you could be here in person, but unfortunately that is still not the case. But if you want to keep up with news from the sanctuary, you know, you're clearly on our Facebook or YouTube if you're watching this later on. So definitely keep an eye on the social media. We have our newsletter that you can sign up for on our website. Stay in touch that way. And yeah, and if you want to become a sponsor of an animal or anyone like that, you can check that out on our website, as well as the cooking classes Kaden was talking about, and our private virtual programs. If you're a teacher, you want to bring some animals virtually to your students, if you want to do something for someone's birthday, a business meeting, I don't know, whatever, family little virtual gathering, we would be happy to join you and bring some of the animals to a screen near you. It's cheesy. All right, well, we'll get signing off. Kaden, do you want to give the people a preview for the next live stream we're going to do here on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time?
Yes, we are going to be seeing my favorite hole-loving duck, Lola, as well as her newest roommates, who are my favorite ducks who do not like me here at the sanctuary, Giselle and Sabine.
Speaking of boundaries, right?
What's that?
Speaking of boundaries.
Excellent at asserting
Excellent
them. All of
boundaries.
those ducks, excellent at boundaries.
Yes.
So
yeah, we haven't seen Lola really on a virtual sanctuary for a while, have we?
We have not, and we have never seen Giselle and Sabine on a virtual sanctuary.
Right. So that'll be really exciting. Awesome. Well, folks, we hope you'll be able to join us again on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the thing you're watching. And, yeah, we'll see you then. Take care. Miss you. Bye-bye.